What's up, guys? Welcome to my weekly trade recap. Um, First off, I want to be very grateful for the amount of subscribers. You can see how you guys are really engaging and you guys are subscribing. I'm really grateful for that. So we are at 68 now. So let's see if we can get to 100 before the end of March. And if we don't, yeah, cheers to another trial the next month. But back to the point. So I'm going to be taking you through some of the trades I took this week and the results, both the winners, both the losers, and I'll be able to touch just a few of it. So today we'll be going through GBPUSD. So this week was a very, very liquid week for the DXY because let's get on the chart so we can have more better discussion. So yeah, this week was a very, very liquid week for DXY because we had this week was NFP, but because of the fact that DXY has been really, really bearish, I think the sentiment for the dollar and the American economy is not very stable yet, based off the policies that's been really going on. So it's really affecting the dollar. So if you see on the weekly here, you can see how the dollar has been very, very bearish. We've been tanking seriously. And see, this is a weekly candle. Just imagine how much momentum and how much liquidity we have been able to pour down. This is about 343 points that we lost in the dollar. Not like technically lost, because basically it's just that there are a lot of uncertainty in the market currently for the dollar. So with that being said, our goal as traders is to be able to capitalize on situations like this. So with that being said, yeah, I was able to get in on a long on GBPUSD this week. So now let me break down what happened on GBPUSD, what was my weekly outlook, and how I was able to cap on it on this particular move. So on the weekly time frame, I'm going to use my bar replay tool to take us back to how the week opened, so you see how everything played out. So on the weekly time frame, I had this situation here. You can see how all of this, I'm going to leave everything. This is everything I used on the chart this week. So I'm going to leave everything so you can really get a grasp of how my week was on the charts. So you can see on the weekly time frame, we were bearish, very bearish. You can see here we're very bearish from September 2024 weekly. So you can't really use the weekly to judge a lot of things because a lot of things can happen within the week. But we can see how very bearish we're on the weekly. Then we had a recovery at the start of 2025. We had a recovery and we've been pushing up on GBPUSD. So if we go on the daily time frame, let's clear the chart. If we go on the daily time frame, you can see how extremely bearish we're looking at what the weekly said. You can see how extremely bearish we're on the daily time frame. You can see how price was creating patterns to the seller's side. So there was a lot of ask and a lot of offers in the market. So a lot of traders were really selling the pound as against the dollar. So we can see how very bearish we're downtrend, and price tapped in January. So those are some of the analysis I look out for before the week starts. So we can see, but if you notice from here on January 13th, 2025, you can see how price really started creating higher highs to the top, higher highs, created a double bottom here, and went to create some new highs. Then we had this situation on February 20th. So if you now go so why am I explaining this daily time frame for you? So you can see how I look at the market weekly. Then on the trading day, I'm able to have, or in trading any particular trading week, I'm able to have a clarity and a perspective of where the direction based perspective of where I'm looking at for the market. So with that situation, I was actually bearish on GBPUSD, to be very honest, because you can see when we have a very bearish market, a lot of times people sentiments are still bearish, but we started trending up. So my way of trading is the fact that I am very flexible. I don't constrict myself to, okay, this because we are really, really bearish overall, and I'm going to be very bearish with the market. No, I'm very, very fluid with the way I move. Once I see there's an opposing idea in the market and momentum supports it, I just go in. So we can see this is my chart for this week. So we can see how we're bullish this week. So you can see how price has been creating higher highs to the top, higher highs, created new highs, came back down, created a high, came back down. Now that's the first point of the uptrend. So you can see how price has been creating highs, creating highs, creating highs. So this is on the 4-hour time frame, the time frame I trade my pair. So now you can see how on the 4-hour time frame I already saw this situation. So on the short term, I was looking for price to go bearish, just short term basis, because I had this triple top situation all the way here. You can see how price pushed up from here, created a new low. Then we're finding difficulties creating highs. You can see how we had a resistance here on the 4-hour. And the 4-hour time frame is actually very decent to make judgments on trends in the market. So when I saw this little high here created, I was looking for price to continue selling short, maybe to this particular level around 1.24703. Then before we can resume the uptrend, if it's going to resume. Like I said, I'm very, very fluid in my bias. I'm not constricted to any particular bias in the market. So with that, I saw price on Monday. I had my rectangle box on top of here. Now I'm going to show you how being fluid in the market is going to help you instead of just having a sentiment and living to die with the sentiment. So we had the situation here. I was looking for price to continue to sell short. This was Friday close. Then on Monday came and this happened. Mainly I saw this momentum in the market. This is a support level. And also, aside from the fact that it's a support level, some of the reasons that made me decide to go long instead of my original short idea before the week started, I inverted the scale. So this is a trick that a lot of traders do not know. But if you invert the scale, you can see a different perspective. Instead of looking at it from the buyer's perspective, you can also look at it from the seller's perspective to see how you can capitalize on some of this situation. So when I inverted the scale, I saw this. I saw, okay, now we're in a downtrend here. Price came back here, created this low. Now this is a pattern that is very, very repeats itself very much in the market, and it is something you can hold onto in your trading regiment or your trading arsenal. So you can see, let me show you the pattern. So price will come like this from a high here. Price will come down, creates a supply zone. Now create another level and it doesn't break the level, then gets back to that supply zone, looking for sellers to continue to sell short. When it gets back to the support level, it goes all the way to the top again to resistance level that it originally came up from. Then it will create levels like this and sell short very, very much. So now, with that being said, I saw this when I invited the scale. Then I went back to the original scale of the trade and jumped in for the buy position. So you can see how price just so aside from that reason alone, you can see how price just pushed up. Aside from that reason alone, some of the things you need to consider is, one, we're in an uptrend, so you don't go against the trend, and we have a support here. We have another support level here. You can see a double bottom formation right here. So it's quite little, but you can see a double bottom formation right here. Then I just got on a buy entry. I used the buy stop because I wasn't very, very confident in this particular trade, to be honest, because from the beginning of my weekly analysis, I was looking for price to go short. I just used a buy stop right above here and price tagged me in, and we went all the way to the races. So I was looking for a 1 to 2 hour on this particular trade. looking to take TP at this level here, at the resistance level here. I wasn't really expecting DXY to really short so much. So you can see how price tagged me in for a 1 to 2. So this was a good trade on GBPUSD. Then as soon as I started noticing more momentum, I didn't want to buy at a high here. I was looking for price to give me patterns that we, you know, tally with my edge in the market. So currently I'm in this particular trade. The market closed this trade currently. You can see how price just went with a bullish engulfing. So I set a sell stop, a buy stop right around here, a buy limit right around here. I'm looking for price to come and tag me in, and price did tag me in, and the week closed. So this was the 1 to 2 I did on GBPUSD, and this was the analysis. So you can learn from this. Some of the main keys of this particular analysis is the fact that you should be fluid and do not allow yourself to be constricted with any particular sentiment in the market. Then you can see how I was able to take advantage of the uptrend in the market and the patterns I just showed you, and also be patient with the patterns and the candlesticks that play in the market. So that's about it for this week and for GBP USD. So I hope you learned a lot from this. And for you to continue to learn stuff like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll be here to share more tips as we continue to grow in this channel. See you guys in the next video. Bye for now.